Come on. I don't have the sound on.
Welcome to Breakfast with Spaniels with Dr. Judy Morgan.
Show off your little smush face. You typing? You're falling over.
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's products at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Yeah, lost it. There it is. All right, you can get down now. Morning. So that's little Gabby. And if you remember, when we got Gabby, I said, boy, she should be a fire personality, a large cat breed, but it's quickly becoming obese. What should you do? Don't feed carbs, no dry food. So when we got little Gabby, I said, boy, she, are fleas dead? They should be. She was very reserved and she hid under the desk all the time, and she didn't want to be part of the pack or be out in the midst of everything. And I said, boy, this dog should be a fire personality because she's a little redhead. Well, this generally happens with rescue dogs. It takes them a couple of weeks. Myra, it took her like 4 months. But when they leave the only family they've known and they move somewhere else, it doesn't matter how nice you are. The same thing happens when you bring home a new puppy or a new kitten. It doesn't matter how nice you are not what they were used to. You're not their litter mates. You're not their mama. And she came from a household with a lot of dogs. But so she was pretty shy. And she didn't eat well. We had to hand feed her, because we switched her from a dry kibble over to raw food. So we had to hand feed her all the time. She couldn't quite figure out the routine. Well, oh my goodness. She wouldn't go out in the backyard to poop or pee by herself. We had to go out and literally hold her hand to get her to do anything outside. She would hold her pee for 3 days if we wouldn't go out with her. So she finally has come into her own. How long have we had her? A couple months? Yeah. She's finally come into her own. She talks all the time. Barks, 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 barks. Typical redhead. Redheads are joyful. That's the fire sign. That's the heart sign. And people that are fire personalities like to sing joyously. So she barks all the time, and she knows the routine, and she is quite happy to tell us when we are off routine. So she knows when we get up in the morning. She tells us when it's time to eat her breakfast, when it's time to eat her dinner, and when it's time to do our chair sitting. We sit in our recliner in the evening and have our cocktail, and she has to be in the chair with me. So she'll literally go sit in front of my chair and bark at me until I do what she thinks we're supposed to be doing. So you're on week 3 of the PEAs, like a puppy again. Personality change to a happier 6-year-old. As far as flare-ups, we've had a lot of rain, so hard to say, but I do see him changed into a more dynamic dog. That's great. Yeah, we're finding that stuff is pretty miraculous. The best way without surgery to shrink a large fatty lipoma on a 15-year-old lab border. It's the size of an orange. That's not too bad. Do phlegm drainers and resolve stagnation. So go through the books, find phlegm drainers, resolve stagnation, and add them into the diet. don't feed any dry food. Don't feed the starchy carbs because that causes all that. PEA is phenylethanol. I forget a long name. It's a plant-derived product that is an anti-inflammatory. It's on the website. So yes, the shelves are getting cleared out. You can see there's a bunch of empty shelves there. We're working on it. We've got boxes all over our entire house. It's a little crazy. The move date has been set. The movers are coming January 6th and 7th to load up everything. So I've got to get into my calendar and block out that week because I think I'll be busy. And let's see, other changes. Stewie has, ever since he had his dental, it's been 6 weeks, he's been doing this little gaggy cough thing. And I kept thinking, okay, well, he's got tracheal irritation from being intubated after, for surgery. So wasn't too concerned about it. Then finally, I listened to his heart, and his murmur went up at least 1 grade after the anesthetic procedure. Now, we were worried about Shayna, the 15-year-old with the horrible heart disease. We were worried about her. Her heart actually, she did great with anesthesia. Her heart actually sounds better, but she had so many rotten teeth. Stewie, just this little gag thing didn't go away. And yesterday morning, we woke up and Hugh had said that he heard him doing the gag thing almost all night. And when I woke up yesterday morning, I was sitting there drinking my coffee and watching him, and his respiratory effort was very much increased. His respiratory rate was increased. Gum color was good, but he was doing that. And so I ran downstairs, got my stethoscope, put it on his chest, and went, well, holy crap, you're trying to go into heart failure. So you do, and he just saw the cardiologist in middle of September, so less than 3 months ago. But he's changed, and this is what these heart dogs do. So you have to be on top of them. And I feel kind of guilty because he's been doing that little gaggy thing, and I think he's had a little fluid buildup for a few weeks that I didn't think was from his heart. And so yesterday morning, he normally gets 12.5 milligrams of Lasix twice a day. Yesterday morning, we gave him 3 tablets. And by an hour later, he was much more comfortable with his breathing, looking much better. Last night, we gave him 1.5. And he didn't cough all night, which was great. But when he woke up this morning, we got a little bit of a... So he's back to 2. So now he's on 2 twice a day. This is what you have to do with these dogs that have heart disease that are on Lasix. You've got to be able to figure out when they're decompensating, when they're building up a little fluid, and titrate your Lasix till you get it where it needs to be. So yesterday I was thinking, oh boy, we're going to have to try to make a quick cardiology appointment in the next couple of weeks. But he responded really well. So I think we just needed to tweak his drugs. And the 12.5 for a dog, he's about 20 pounds. So for his size, it's a very low dose, but now we had to go up. And the third thing on our list, besides packing and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, getting house insurance and I don't know, just stuff. I am going to grind dog food today. I've got about 50 pounds of parts and pieces that I want to get ground up. So I may torture Hugh and have him turn on the camera while I'm grinding, and you can see, because you guys asked me a lot. Yeah, the Clayton office, it's our technicians there who have been there for 25 years that do the dentals, and they are amazing. Renee Ayers, need food suggestions for feral cats that won't eat wet food. I'm trying to trap them to get fixed. Maybe try some freeze-dried and just don't add water to it. Yes, Stewie needed his Lasix adjusted. He takes spironolactone too. I could up that to twice a day, but we're going to see where we get with the Lasix. And then if that doesn't work, we can always switch to torsemide, but it's much stronger. So anyway, yes, we will be grinding. I've got consults this morning, so maybe around lunchtime we'll grind because I got to get all that back into the freezer. and then figure out how we're moving 3 freezers full of food without them thawing out. So we're getting down to those technical difficulties of how you manage and rearrange things. Brandon's going to bring the truck and trailer up to get the miniature horses and the chickens and the hay. And so we're figuring out the logistics of everything. It's fun and games. And they can't get the moving truck into our driveway. So we had to call the police yesterday and give them the date and tell them there's going to be a tractor trailer blocking our road in front of us, which is a pretty major road, for 2 days. And pretty sure they can't get the tractor trailer even into the neighborhood that we're moving into. So they're going to have to rent a smaller truck, which means those poor moving guys have to unload the big truck in a parking lot or something, put it on a small truck, make multiple trips back and forth. So they're literally moving things twice. You know what, guys? Here's my advice. Don't have a lot of stuff. Get rid of as much stuff as you can. Dry ice will transport it okay. Well, here's what we're doing with our frozen food. We're going down to Gwen's for Christmas, and we're taking Bo. So we are going to pack Bo's freezer as full as we can with what's in one of the freezers. And then we'll have settlement on the house down there that has a refrigerator and freezer in it. So we'll unload Bo's freezer into that freezer. And then when we go back down on the 8th, we will reload Bo's freezer. In the meantime, we're trying to eat as much as we can because, I was hoarding stuff for the winter because I didn't want to go grocery shopping all winter, which is why we have so much stuff. So anyway, less is more. Let me tell you, yeah, you have too much stuff. And when we moved here, we downsized because we had my mom's house, which was cram-packed, 3,000 square feet, plus a 3,000 square foot cram-packed basement. And we had a 2,000 square foot house packed with a packed basement. So we cut everything down by half when we moved here 4.5 years ago. And now we're cutting down by half again. I mean, we're not even taking half the furniture that's here. And yet we still need this humongous tractor trailer. Just stuff. Anyway, doing cleaning out this week. Purging before we even decide we're moving. Yes, do the Marie Kondo thing. Marie Kondo it. We've been doing that. As a matter of fact, I've got packages going out today. I found some books that I thought Michelle Allen would like on the dying process of animals. And I thought, well, perfect for Michelle. Found a couple of Dr. Judy Morgan t-shirts that were small. So I'm sending those to 2 of my tiny followers, 2 young girls who they're like 4th grade-ish. So they're getting packages in the mail. So yes. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Got lots to do. Have a wonderful day. I don't know if maybe I can get some music. Let's see.
Welcome to Breakfast with Daniel.
There you go. Okay, little music to brighten up our day. See, empty shelves. The rest of the office is empty. The only books that are left sitting here are the ones I need for work. They'll get packed at the last minute. I donated a lot to the Buy Nothing Project. Never heard of them. Our stuff's going to Goodwill. Yes, Marilyn says if you go on vacation for 2 weeks and live out of a suitcase, you realize how much stuff you don't need. And in our small house that we're moving into, 3/4 of our stuff is going to be in storage. And we're going to live without all that stuff for 8 to 12 months. I kind of feel like at the end of 12 months, we should just not even open the boxes. Vietnam Veterans of America doesn't even have to enter our address in GPS at this point. Yeah, lots going on. Lots. All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. See you later.